The sun bled into the horizon. Shadows stretched, twisting into monstrous shapes across the dunes. A lone hawk circled overhead, its cry a mournful lament in the stillness.
Think we're close.
Inside the jeep, Jack gripped the steering wheel. His eyes, hidden behind aviator sunglasses, scanned the horizon. Next to him, Mia studied a tattered map, her brow furrowed in concentration.
If this is right, the ruins should be just over the next dune.
Her voice was smooth and steady. The jeep rumbled on, a lone speck of metal crawling across the vast canvas of the desert. The sun dipped below the horizon and the first stars began to prick the darkening sky. An unsettling silence descended, broken only by the hum of the engine and the whisper of the wind. They were adventurers chasing legends and fortune. Mia refolded the map. It was more than just a guide, it was a window into the past.
What does it say about the jewel again?
Jack asked, his eyes still on the road.
It's said to be guarded by a guardian.
A guardian?
The map calls it a demon, a creature born of sand and shadow bound to protect the jewel for eternity.
Jack chuckled, a dry, humorless sound.
Legends, Mia. Just stories to scare those who dare seek the treasure.
Mia wanted to believe him, but deep down a primal fear began to stir. The desert had a way of amplifying everything. A sudden grinding sound tore through the silence. The jeep lurched violently, throwing them against their seats.
What was that?
Mia's voice was tight with apprehension.
Damn it, engine's gone.
He threw open the door and stepped out. The air was thick with the smell of overheated metal and the ever-present dust.
What do we do now?
The ruins aren't far. We can make it on foot before nightfall.
Mia hesitated.
Jack, I don't like this.
We're so close, Mia. We can't turn back now.
He slung a backpack over his shoulder and held out his hand. Mia stared at it for a moment, then took it. They walked in silence, their footsteps muffled by the sand.
As the last sliver of light faded from the sky, they crested a dune. Before them, bathed in the pale glow of the rising moon, lay the ruins. The city was a skeleton of its former glory. Broken pillars reached for the sky like skeletal fingers. Walls crumbled into dust, swallowed by the relentless desert.
This way, Jack whispered, leading her towards a structure that looked more intact than the others. It was a temple, its entrance flanked by two massive stone statues.
Mia's blood ran cold. The creatures from the map. Jack, maybe we should leave.
Jack was already pushing open the temple doors. Not now, we're right there.
The doors groaned open, revealing a passage that plunged into darkness. A musty, ancient smell hit them as they entered the temple. Jack pulled out a flashlight, its beam cutting through the oppressive darkness. The walls were covered in hieroglyphics, depicting strange creatures and even stranger rituals.
Finally, they reached a large chamber. In the center, resting on a pedestal, was a chest. And nestled in its center, glinting malevolently in the beam of the flashlight, lay a jewel. The lost jewel of the oasis.
As Jack reached for the chest, a low growl echoed through the chamber. The ground trembled. Dust rained down from the ceiling, and then from the shadows behind the pedestal it emerged. The demon.
Mia cried out.
Jack stumbled back, dropping the flashlight. The chamber was plunged into darkness. The only light, the eerie glow of the jewel and the demon's eyes. The demon lunged. Jack grabbed Mia's hand and they ran. They dodged past crumbling pillars, their breath catching in their throats. The demon's roar echoed behind them, shaking the very foundations of the temple. They burst out of the temple and into the cool night air. They didn't dare slow down, not even to catch their breath. The demon was fast, its footsteps silent and deadly.
Suddenly, Jack stumbled, falling into a hidden pit.
Mia hauled him up, the demon's skeletal hand narrowly missing her own. They ran until their lungs burned and their legs screamed for mercy.
Finally, as the first rays of dawn pierced the darkness, they collapsed behind a dune, gasping for air. They were alive, for now. The lost jewel of the oasis remained, guarded by its terrifying guardian. A stark reminder of the price of greed and the chilling truth that some legends are all too real. What would you do if you were in Jack and Mia's shoes? Let us know in the comments below.